The Beatles here on 103.9 WSOS. We're live in downtown St. Augustine on this Monday, and we've got a new member of our family here at WSOS 103.9. Sandra Conners is here. She is the founder and editor of Fab Finds, and she's actually been our guest before on numerous occasions where we've talked about all of our great thrift shops around St. Johns County and the different things you can find. If you've got any treasure hunter in you at all, you're going to love what we're going to be doing here between 9:30 and 10:30 every Monday morning. We're going to keep playing the music. We'll keep you up to date on weather and traffic around St. Johns County, but we're also going to learn about these thrift stores and what they do, how they support various nonprofit organizations, and more importantly, or just as importantly, what they have inside of them. And Sandra, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I am wonderful. Thank you very much. And thank you for introducing me as part of the family.
Yeah, well, you are. We appreciate that. And Sandra's been on the air with us before. And Mike Stiles is here with me, too. This morning, he's helping me do this job, which doesn't really require much help. But
also part of the family.
Mike is part of the family, and Mike and I have known each other for decades. He's a former radio guy himself from Atlanta and other markets, so we appreciate him being with us. And we're going to find out more from Sandra about what she has. First, let's talk about the publication Fab Finds, which people can find in area doctor's offices and other locations. So if they pick that up, if they pick up the Fab Finds, what are they going to find inside of it?
They're going to find me.
That's right. You're prominently on page 3. I noticed that with a picture of you wearing a funny hat.
Yeah, I do wear funny things. Trust me.
How many hats do you have?
Oh, my.
Come on, I want a number.
That.
Round it to the nearest 100.
25.
2,500? Oh, 25 hats. Oh, okay. Now, Sandra knows all about this stuff, and obviously there's lots of different thrift stores in and around here, and Fab Finds kind of helps you make some sense out of it, right?
Yes, it does.
So you obviously do little summaries of each of the various thrift shops that are around St. Johns County, including one that's in Flagler County, right?
We actually cover all of Flagler County nonprofits.
Okay. All right. And so if you look into this, each thrift store has a write-up about what they have in there, what they're supporting, what various activity they're supporting. Like, for example, one that's really close to the radio station is Ayla's Attic, their thrift shop right there on King Street across from Whetstone's Chocolates, right?
Correct.
So if we were to walk into Ayla's Attic, what might we find this morning?
You would probably find some cats.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the pet segment.
Yeah, that's right. So Ayla's Acres, for those of you listening, they are, and they're part of our family here too at WSOS. We support them. Yeah. They are a no-kill animal rescue effort where they do not have a shelter. All the cats and dogs stay with foster families. And, of course, the money that's raised at the thrift shop helps support that effort. They help support, obviously getting them food. Also helps them try to get even more animals and get more people involved. And they also have a facility out in Madison County where, some of our dogs, some of our pit bulls and other dogs that can't find homes because they have some ongoing personality issues
and bad reputations
and bad reps, they get to stay out there and get well taken care of. But of course, all that requires
the thrift store shoppers.
Money. Yeah, money. So obviously, when you go to the Ayla's Attic thrift shop on King Street, everything that you buy there, everything you donate there helps to support the Madison County effort, but more importantly, also their efforts to get dogs and cats placed here in Greater St. Augustine.
Correct.
So it all works.
Yeah, and I call it the nursing home for animals. The unadoptable,
really? Yeah. Yeah, that's right, the unadoptable animals. Yeah, well, that's what's at the 45-acre sanctuary there in Madison County. So there's, it's interesting. People may not realize this, but places like Ayla's Acres and their effort out in Madison County, there's no government funding for stuff like that, right?
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
No. So they depend on the thrift store money, actually, and donations.
So I've been in there on numerous occasions. I've donated some furniture and other pieces there to the Ayla's Attic. But they also, they have a lot of clothes.
Oh, they do. I have fun in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike would like this. They have probably 20,000 T-shirts.
All right. So I'm such a clothes hound
That's right.
that I'm looking for. Well, being from out of town, I imagine people come here specifically to do like thrift store shopping. Like that's why they come, and they hit various and multiple thrift stores while they're here.
Oh, they do. They do. And, we call them thrifty, thrifters, thrifting. Thrift is a
Thrifty
trend.
and the Thriftings is a big group from the 50s.
Yeah, that does sound like a 50s rock group, doesn't it? Oh man! And of course, Sandra has these great Thrift Life shirts, right?
Correct.
Yeah, the people at Salt Life stole that from you.
They did. They did. I have the stickers too, and the website thrift.life.
There you go. Well, check out that website. We're going to talk more about other area thrift stores here in St. Johns County.
You're having trouble saying thrift stores, aren't you?
Yeah, I cannot say thrift stores. Wow, it's pretty early in the morning, too. All right, we're going to be right back. We're live here in St. Augustine. It's already 88 degrees outside. That's America here on 103.9 WSOS. Hope you're having a good Monday morning. Hey, we have a new show, if you will. We play the music, obviously, keep you up to date with what's going on around Greater St. Augustine, but we also learn a little bit about what's happening with all of our area thrift stores here in town and what they're trying to do, what they're trying to accomplish, and what they're selling. And, of course, Sandra Conners is here with us, and she's the founder and editor of Fab Finds, which is a great little magazine that comes out quarterly, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it comes out quarterly, and it summarizes what all the different area thrift stores are doing. And, of course, we've got a lot of them, including right next door to the radio station on US 1 North, we have St. Vincent's.
de Paul. Yes.
Why do I want to say St. Francis? Why is that?
It's a saint. I don't know.
It's a saint. Maybe that's it. Mike Stiles is here with me. He's hanging out with our team here at WSOS today and hopefully tomorrow as well. And so we want to ask Sandra, so say we're looking for certain things, you know, there's a new grandma or grandpa out there listening and they would like to find some baby items. Where would they go to get some good deals on those?
I would suggest baby items, definitely St. Gerard.
Okay.
And that's on Moultrie.
Okay.
And then Alpha Omega,
Yeah.
which is right down here off of San Marco.
Right.
Close to you, too.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to go to Flagler County,
Field
there's
trip.
Alpha Pregnancy.
Okay. So you'd find baby stuff there, and that could be baby clothes as well as cribs and child seats and all that kind of stuff.
Everything you would need, yes.
Yeah. And that seems like a smart purchase, right? I mean, in terms of, why would you want to go to, get stuff brand new? Because they're not going to be babies forever.
Correct. They grow out of it really fast.
Is that true, Mike?
Yeah, you're getting something that you're going to need to get rid of in a mere matter of years.
Yeah.
Although I still sleep in my crib from childhood.
But that's a personal issue that's not widely shared by others. We actually have someone here affiliated with the radio station, and I'm not going to embarrass him by calling him out, even though his name's Alan, that still occasionally sleeps in a bunk bed that he received when he was a teenager. And he's 55 today.
Oh, my.
It's his birthday.
Does he sleep on the top?
I don't know, but that's a good question.
Why would you not? If you had a bunk bed,
Sleeping
take
on the
advantage.
top.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, at 55, you might fall out.
You're ready for any flood during the night. If that happens, you're good.
Yeah, and the bugs, right? Certain bugs can't get up that high. Anyway, household home improvement items, like maybe small appliances. Where would you go to get some really fab finds for those?
St. Vincent de Paul is excellent for that. And Sertoma.
Where's the Sertoma?
That's also on Moultrie.
That's also on Old Moultrie Road here in St. Augustine. So, and by the way, if you're trying to figure out where all these places are, if you pick up this great publication that Sandra does, this Fab Finds publication, it has a map, right?
Yes, it does.
That will help you figure out where all these spots are. And, of course, most of them seem to be open like 10 to 6, right?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. I'd say 5 to be safe.
Oh, really? Okay. Only 10 till 5. So ignore what I just said and the bad information.
What about military gear? What about tanks or artillery? Or where would I go if I want that?
Cuba.
What about medieval armor? What if I want to dress up like a knight for some reason?
Go to probably Cuba and Russia. I don't know.
And that's on the map.
But it is interesting, though, because the different thrift stores are fairly distinctive, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, which is, you would think that it's like if you have the attitude that, hey, if I go to Haven Hospice's attic store, it's going to be the same stuff that I'm going to find in the Sertoma Club store, and that's really not the case. They all have their own personalities, if you will, which is kind of a cool thing. So, hey, you can learn more by picking up the current edition of Fab Finds. You could find that in doctor's offices. Where else might they find one of these?
Well, they can actually read it on my website. They can go to
Really?
fabulousfindsad for ad.
Okay.
.com.
fabulousfindsad.com.
Correct.
All right. We'll put a link to that up on our Facebook page at WSOS Radio. So if you're driving around, you don't have to worry about keeping up with that. Hey, it's 15 minutes before 10 o'clock, and we'll be right back with Sandra. It's about 9 minutes after 10 o'clock. 89 degrees already in downtown St. Augustine, on our way up to a high today of 96 degrees with a heat index value of about 103 degrees. So it's going to be a hot one today. We're going to get a break, though, in the temperatures a little bit later this week. An increased rain chance on Wednesday up to 40% in the afternoons. And then we expect the rain to kind of cool things off a little bit, and high temperatures only in the low 90s by the end of the week, which will feel like winter, Sandra.
Oh.
You'll want to break out your sweater.
Oh, I have to go to the thrift store and get some.
Boy, that's very good. This is her first week, and she's already learning one of the most complicated things we do in radio, the segue, which is when you go from one topic to another.
Right. See how we tied the weather into thrift shops?
Yeah.
Yes,
that was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was.
So it's raining Wednesday. That's when I wash my car.
Yeah, exactly. You need to do that on the afternoon. Yep. Hey, Sandra is with us, Sandra Conners. She's the founder and editor of Fab Finds. She also has a great website that kind of celebrates the whole notion of thrift store shopping and how you can find some amazing treasures out there. And that's certainly the case here in St. Johns County. We have a lot of really, really good thrift stores located all over the place. So we've been spotlighting a couple of those this morning. We'll do that again next week between the same time, 9:30 and 10:30, when we keep talking about these various places and what they have to offer. We want to also make the point that Sandra herself does not actually own a thrift store.
No.
Has never seen a thrift store or been in a thrift store. No,
she's
the expert, actually. So no conflict of interest at all, right? You're a friend to all thrift stores.
I am. All nonprofit thrift stores.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right, which would exclude some that we won't mention.
Yes. Well, I'd have to say recycle your money back into your community by shopping your local nonprofit thrift stores.
Yeah.
So this is why I created all of this, is because I want people to know that when you're getting a great deal and you're shopping these nonprofits, your money goes right back into your local community.
Do the thrift stores do a good job of making sure everybody knows when they are a nonprofit supporter and that is where the money's going?
Yeah, they're pretty good about it.
Good.
Their stories are out there, and especially now with me.
Yeah.
Thanks to me. No, it is important, though, because really items are donated typically from people here in St. Johns County. And then you're purchasing something here. It's staying in St. Johns County. Odds are, or hopefully, it will also be sent back to a thrift store someday when you're done with it, right?
Yeah.
And we just kind of keep the cycle going. But to Sandra's point, all the money stays here, and then a percentage of it goes to some great nonprofit organizations, including Haven Hospice, including Ayla's Acres, and the work of the Sertoma Club and others. And a lot of items, too. Sometimes some of your items, regardless, you may think they're great. Maybe they're not necessarily that great to sell, but they then go on and help the homeless population and others, right?
Correct.
I know that's what they do at Haven Hospice. If something is either on the store floor too long or it's something deemed not likely to gain a lot of money or whatever, it's immediately shared with people that are involved with helping the homeless here in St. Johns County. So it's all good stuff, and we encourage you once again. So let's point out another thrift store that people should go and try out today. Pick one.
Okay, let's talk about Alpha Omega.
Where's that?
Alpha Omega is on San Marco.
Yeah, very
Real
close to the
It's
radio
the beginning
station.
and the end of thrift stores.
That's right. The
It
Alpha,
is.
the Omega.
It is. But they took me on a tour behind the scenes, and I love behind the scenes. And people, you can go on my website and watch the video blogs. And the next one coming out is behind the scenes with Alpha Omega, and we got to see where your money goes when you shop the store. It is amazing what they do. They house these girls. They teach these girls how to cook, how to take care of their children. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, I think it's so great when you actually get to see the end result of, where your money goes.
Yeah, it is. So stay tuned for that one, because that's going to be a great video.
Good stuff. All right. Once again, you can learn about all this by going to the website, which is
FabulousFindsAD.com.
We're live here in St. Augustine. It's just a few minutes now before 10 o'clock, and we're spending time with Sandra. And Sandra is with the Fab Finds publication and also Thrift Life. She's got a lot of different things going on. You wear a lot of different hats. Apparently 25. Literally 25 different hats. And, of course, she is an avid thrifter. Define for our listeners, Sandra, what a thrifter is.
It is somebody that likes to keep things simple, for one thing. And it's a trend. It's actually the fastest growing trend in the world right now is thrift store shopping.
Okay.
Yeah, finding great deals.
We see folks here at the thrift store next to the radio station, which is the one that's associated not with St. Francis, but St. Vincent, the other saint,
Yes.
and other many saints. And folks are lined up there like at 9:45.
Yeah.
Like they line up before the door opens.
To get the best pickings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I guess what we don't realize, you go to, not to trash them necessarily, but a Belk's or Bed Bath & Beyond or whatever, and it's pretty much the same stuff every time you go.
Yes.
They change over a year or two. But a typical thrift store here in St. Johns County, the entire inventory changes, probably like every 7 to 10 days, right?
Every day. They're putting stuff out daily.
Okay. But even, like, say, the entire store inventory probably rotates every 7 to 10 days, right? Where you'd have...
Yeah.
Do you have trouble buying something new? Do you go into like an existential crisis when you
She
actually...
twitches. How do you even handle Publix? I mean, do you ask, like, where the used Triscuits are?
Actually, I want to go into a grocery store and just get the 20% free out of the boxes.
Yeah, there you go. That's the air part, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Sandra's here with us. We're having a good time this morning. Let's before we get back to the music, let's sort of spotlight a particular thrift store. This time we're going to head south a little bit. US 1 South in the Planet Fitness Shopping Center right next door to, behind the McDonald's and Save a Lot grocery stores in there as well. The Haven Hospice Attic Store. And I would call this a real sort of upscale resale boutique, right? Because when you walk in, it has a real modern feel to it, the big open ceilings and lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, and they keep it very clean. They also have medical equipment. So if
Really?
you're looking for medical equipment. Oh my gosh, they had one of those chairs that go up and down the stairs.
Oh, the
Yeah.
lift chairs?
Lift chairs
and
that you
it's
attach to the stairwell?
Yeah, a couple thousand, I think. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
sure, but they had it for $200, brand new, just the
Wow.
other day. So
I could use one of those. I don't always get excited about climbing the stairs.
yeah, I wanted to get a place with stairs just to get it.
Yeah. A lot of people need those chairs. For Mike, it's just laziness.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's like an amusement park ride for me.
I know I've actually, myself, I have purchased men's clothes there. And so it's one of those places where you're just as likely to find new clothes that still have the tags on them,
Correct.
and they have a lot of baby stuff there. They also have a lot of small appliances. And not all thrift stores have a lot of furniture, but they have a pretty good amount of furniture.
Yeah, they have, they're kind of picky of what they put out.
Yeah.
But if you ask them too, I think they have things in the back. A lot of these stores might let you look in the back.
I thought that was always a myth. Everyone thinks there's something secret in the back. But
No.
what do you got in the back?
No, I've been on a tour of the Haven Hospice Attic Store in US 1 South, and they have their back area is almost as big as their front area.
Yeah.
And people drop stuff off sometimes in the back. The truck deliveries come into the back, and then that's where the items are cleaned and made ready for the showroom. So I guess you're saying, Sandra, we could ask to go to the back before the stuff is made available to the front.
Well,
That's
if
what we
you're
should
looking
do.
for something in particular, don't get me in trouble.
We can't throw our weight around. So anyway, yeah, if you're,
It's like, don't you know who I am?
that's right. If you're listening right now and go over to the Haven Hospice Attic Store, ask to talk to Pam, I think,
Yes.
and say, Pam, Sandra said I can go look in the back and have my pick of things. Well, typically, too, I know Haven Hospice has different... Don't they have a day of the week when things are on like they have a little bit of an extra discount or something?
Go to their website or their Facebook
Yeah.
or even my website, and you can see at fabulousfindsad.com.
Okay.
And I think you can find all the dates and times and the specials
There you go.
through them.
All right, that's good. Hey, we also just put all that information up on our Facebook page, so just search for WSOS Radio on Facebook, and you'll see a beautiful picture of Sandra as well as a link to her website. And we're going to play some music, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about nonprofit thrift stores here in St. Johns County. Stay tuned. So it's all about, right, Sandra? The
Money. Yep.
Money. And in all seriousness, I mean, how much money can people save if they go to one of our St. Johns County area thrift stores?
I'd say average 80% of what it would cost.
Wow.
It's like a throwback in time. Mike Stiles is with us, too, here at WSOS 1039. And you go and you look at, like, men's golf slacks or something, and the price will be $3.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and the tag might still be on them for $85. So it's amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you really are. You're averaging like an 80% discount, and especially when you look at things like, furniture, especially, right?
Yeah, they have great furniture.
Yeah.
I need a new look.
Need a little.
Yeah, definitely.
That's probably the most inexpensive way to do it. Like change your whole look.
I don't know if that.
I
think he needs more help than just the thrift store.
This look isn't working for me, so I got to try something else.
She says you need more help than just a thrift store.
Facial reconstruction surgery.
No, he's actually good-looking guy. He's
please! Oh my God!
I've been trying to tell Kevin that for years.
No, he's
not buying it.
We're gonna have to put Crisco on his ears to get him through the door on the way out. Hey, before we let you go, give us a couple of little tips, though, because let's face it, one concern I think some of our listeners may have is, I'm going to be wearing clothes that other people have worn, or I'm going to go into a thrift store and there might be, roaches everywhere because it's old stuff. So give us some tips about that.
It is a misconception. The thrift stores nowadays are definitely clean and neat, and the clothes are clean, gently worn clothing. But you do find a lot of brand new. So if you have that phobia of wearing something that somebody else has worn, then look for the ones with the tags on them, and you're going to find those too.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And then, I guess some people wonder about, what kind of people usually shop in thrift stores? And you were telling me about some pretty impressive people, actually.
Yeah. Actually, one of the richest men in the world, the owner of IKEA, came out and said that he wears secondhand clothes and he's a thrifter.
Isn't that interesting? Because his furniture is priced, in a way that's so affordable that you would, it gives you an option other than buying really expensive furniture. But even he takes it one more level, right? And because basically what you're doing is you're recycling clothes.
Yeah.
Or other items, furniture, what have you.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Well,
anything.
And
electronics.
as opposed to IKEA, you don't have to assemble your own clothes when you go shopping, which is nice.
With that darn little wrench.
The Allen wrench.
I hate that thing. All right. Well, Sandra, we appreciate you coming by. Thank you once again for being part of our family. We're going to do this each and every week. We're going to sort of spotlight a different store. We're going to talk about different aspects of thrifting, which is really a growing craze in this country and certainly right here in St. Johns County. You can learn more about our area thrift stores and the way to approach them and what they're doing and all the good things they're doing for our community by going to the website.
FabulousFindsAD.com.
All right, Sandra.
And Thrift.life also.
Yeah.
To get your stickers. And Thrift Life is not just thrifty living, it's living thrifty.
Good stuff. Thrift.life. Just go to the web and just type that in and it'll pop right up. Sandra, have a great week.
Thank you.
I want you to want me.